As you can see, I have our next guest here with us in the studio. In fact, she just came downstairs from our shared offices in downtown Oakland. EmilyKirsch, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course.
Emily is founder and CEO of Powerhouse, where we have our offices, which is an Oakland-based co-working space and seed fund that supports entrepreneurs building a future powered by clean energy. She is also founder and managing partner of Powerhouse Ventures. She's an entrepreneur, a startup advisor, an investor, and let's be honest, an all-around badass. She worked with as a former advisor to President Obama and CNN host Van Jones on clean energy projects across California. Thank you so much for coming.
Of course, happy to be here.
So, in your work in the solar space, in the investment space, what does Earth Overshoot Day mean to you?
Sure. So Earth Overshoot Day means that the need for solar on every rooftop and wind turbines on every open plain has never been more powerful or more necessary. Entrepreneurs at Powerhouse are building companies that are accelerating that transition to a world powered by clean energy, and Powerhouse exists to support and invest in them.
That's amazing. And it's so such a nice building upon what Christiana had just said.
Exactly.
Because it's all part of that same movement. I know you're working on a whole lot of different things right now. So what do you think is one thing that you're really excited about? What initiative to move to the date is really getting you going these days?
Sure. So if you walk into Powerhouse, where we are any day of the week or many nights, you will find entrepreneurs that are building companies that are taking clean energy from this kind of novelty thing to ubiquity. And in San Francisco, in Oakland, in the Bay Area, we often hear a lot about tech in Silicon Valley, but at Powerhouse, tech and clean energy are one and the same. And exactly as Christina said, it is the finance innovation, the business model innovation that is going to take clean energy to that ubiquitous place where we all can access it and live with it. The venture community has taken note. Last year, $280 billion was invested in clean energy globally. Wow. And what we're most excited about in the investment space is investing in the entire clean energy sector as the world is doing, but also to invest in founders and CEOs that are women, that are underrepresented people of color, because study after study shows that companies with diverse executive leadership make more money. So from the finance standpoint, as a venture capital fund, we're really excited about investing in clean energy and also investing in the kind of leadership that is going to make this transition happen.
I think it's so important, not just in business, but in all of the different ways that we come together. So as a nonprofit, as a conservation or sustainability group, that diversity of whose voices are there, who's taking part in the conversation are so crucial for us to really see movement and for us to move the date. So last question then. If there was an issue or challenge that you would like to see movement on from 1 year from now, and hopefully next year the date will be moved back a little bit, but on Earth Overshoot Day next year, what would you like to see?
Yes. So if I could create anything between now and a year from now for move the date next year, it would be to see the biggest oil and gas companies in the world partner with some of the most innovative clean energy startups in the world to advance the transition to a world where each and every one of us can power our lives with clean energy. That transition is inevitable, and it'll happen when you get the biggest companies in the world that have the most power, the most customers, the most influence, when they can team up with the most innovative and disruptive companies, and Powerhouse is here to help make that possible. And so we are excited to move the date with each and every one of you to make this transition to a world powered by clean energy a reality in our lifetime.